And teaching virtually, how has it been? Nice. So the first question is, how has your experience, how blah 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 blah. Hey Shan Gang, and welcome back to our channel. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and press that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because I promise you will like it. Now, we are facing the new norm of virtual learning. For those who do not know, I am a teacher. I am a first grade teacher, and this is my second year as a first grade teacher, but it's my third year as a teacher. I am going to be sharing my experiences with you that I've been experiencing so far, and I'm going to answer a few questions that I got for a little Q&A. Should I do the Q&A first, or should I share my experience? Okay, let me share my experience first. Okay, so how did I approach virtual teaching the first day? I approached it the same way I would have if it was in a regular class. I had a class orientation. In the morning, on the first day, I had my orientation with my parents. That's where I set my rules and kind of give them an idea of what are my expectations. They share with me what their expectations are, and I let them know what is expected this year academically moving forward. They shared with me what their old school was like, and I shared with them what this new school is like. I took them on the tour, virtually of course, and showed them the school, their classrooms, so they can kind of get a feel that this place does exist. It is a real place, and eventually and hopefully they get to be here soon. My rules that I set for my parents, I let them know that not because the child is at home, that does not mean that they should treat it as if it is nothing. I'm expecting the child to have a work area, and that is the child's work area. When they get up every morning, they go to that area, and that's where they will do their work. I explained to them that attire is very important. They get up, they get their shower, they brush their teeth, comb their hair, have their breakfast, and they put on appropriate clothes for class. I rather them not being in their pajamas or their nightwears, because it changes the feeling of the fact that they're not here physically in school. So when they get up and they're actively moving, it kind of say, okay, yes, I am going to get ready for school. So that I will call their morning routine. They do need a morning routine, the same way how I set out a timetable to the students to say, yes, this is your timetable for the week, and this is what we're going to be doing on a day-to-day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It is the same thing, same subject, just the way how myself as a teacher carry these subjects out makes a difference. Okay, my morning routine for myself is, in regards to the timetable, is circle time, or if you call it morning meeting. In your circle time, you could do color, shape, you refresh their memories, you give them an idea of what is going to happen in the week and what is to expect. Of course, first I start my morning off with devotion. If I am doing sets, I will introduce to them animals that were on the ark and how many were in a set, and 2 and 3 and 4. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I approach that. What I've been doing new is sign language. I've been learning a little sign language here and there, like a clap, because it's virtually, if one person clap, the next person might clap, it might seem different. So a clap, I learned how to do a clap, or learn how to say goodbye and good morning in sign language, to make it a little bit more interesting, because we're seeing is mostly seen than hearing. what I do is I have checkups, maybe in the morning or in the afternoon, or maybe on my breaks time on the weekend. I will call and I will check on my students. If I realize they were having a bad day or they weren't as focused as they normally were, I'll call and let them know, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. I need them to know that Miss Young is a real person. Miss Young exists. Even though you're not here physically, I still can show you affection. You could still send me a picture. Sometimes they send me pictures of something they might do over the weekend, and I will send a voice note back. Wow, that is so beautiful. Make one for me. As you can see right here, I have 3 so far that they have made for me, and they brought them in.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Yes, I know. I should have never taken it because of the COVID, but what was I going to say to the little 6 or 5 or 7 year olds? Oh, I don't want it because I don't want to catch COVID. Okay. For me, emotional development is more important than academics. Is that a bad thing? Because there's no possible way a child will be able to learn if emotionally they're not there. I need to know that my students are emotionally stable. Their emotions are stable. I need to know that they're okay. They're comfortable with where they're sitting. I need to know that there's no hot hair breathing down their neck because they're in the kitchen by the stove, or maybe they're out by the outside where something bad. I just need to know that they're focused emotionally. Once they're good emotionally, I would take everything else. I would develop them physically. We do physical education. We play videos. One of the boy gave me 10 burpees to do one day, but I will bring them to what all the other developments, leave it to me. But emotionally, I need to know that they're okay. What else? You always have to be ready because it's technology. All of this is technology. You have to be ready. You have to come with your A game every morning. Every morning you have to come with your A game. One morning, we were doing our circle time. We were singing and we were dancing and we were good. We were all right. And then they were hearing me. The audio was perfect, but there wasn't no video showing. So we're going blind. We're only hearing. And I was just into shapes. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So what I did was, being that we were doing these shapes, so they knew the sides, they knew the name of the shape. So what I did was, I will describe the shape that I have in my hand, and then they would tell me what shape I'm having. For example, I have a shape, it has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. What shape is that? Your desk is in that shape at school, your chartboard, and everyone was like, rectangle, boom. I have a shape in my hand. It's round like a ball. What shape is that? A square, a rhombus, and they kept on. So you always have to be ready. You always have to be prepared, because you never know when the internet might be like, okay, well, today is not your day. Okay. What else do I want to share with you guys? At first, it was overwhelming. It still is overwhelming. It is still frustrating. It drains my energy. There's no such thing as snack time. There's no such thing as break time. There's no such thing as lunchtime. When they're on their break, you're getting ready to get that video up so you can play when they get back. Get that worksheet ready so you can share your screen. But it can be done. Okay? Now let's do our Q&As. Okay. So the first question is, how has your virtual experience been? It's been an experience. It has its good, it has its bad. No 2 days are the same as usual. I laugh, I get frustrated, I get overwhelmed, I get annoyed, I get irritated. It's every single emotion that you can think of. That's what the experience has been like. Is it worth trying? Fun or effective for the students? I don't understand that because I'm me right or wrong. A recommendation for best results. Be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. Think ahead of time. Think ahead of time. Know what it is that you want to do the next day. Know what it is that you want to do for the whole week. Make sure your activities are up to par with your student. Make sure you have enough activities to serve them for as long as the day is. Whether you're teaching for 2 hours. For me, what I teach, I am here from 8 o'clock in the morning and my classes finishes at 2, and I'm teaching throughout the whole day. So I just have to make sure that I have activities. Even though it's virtually, it can be done. Trust and believe. You just have to play boots and door. It can be done. Do you see that? Do you see the circle? Do you see that? It can be done. What are the challenges that you're facing? My biggest challenges is the internet connection. Sometimes sharing my screen becomes a challenge, so I always have to have a backup plan. Sometimes I have to use my phone for the mic and then my computer for the visual. If you make excuses in your head, it affects the way you think. But once you're like, okay, I got this, and you're trying to make everything work, it can work. It's working for me. This is my 5th week and it's working. How do you provide activities for them? Okay, so for example, last week, not yesterday, last week, we were doing 2-digit numbers, and I have a die, and what I did was I had a die in my hand. I'm like, okay, let's get ready to roll. Bob, it is your turn. Hold your hands out and roll the die. Roll, roll, roll. I roll the die. He thinks he's rolling a die. And let's see what number it lands on. You shout the number out. So it was like Simon Says, roll the die. Right? Die, dice. Got it? What you could do is you could watch YouTube videos of other teachers that are teaching virtually, that are in the same age group as you, same grade level as you, sharing their experience as well. And then that will kind of help you to say, okay, I could incorporate this in my class, I could incorporate this in your class. And the thing about it is, you cannot be selfish with what you have found. Like for one, my colleague, she is the...
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
My colleague,
Somebody come and look at this.
the kindergarten department.
Look at this.
And I was like, okay, I like that. So I took that idea. I shared it lunchtime, such and such time, come back, see you, whatever. If you want to see things like that, I could give you these ideas. I have no problem, because at the end of the day, everyone can benefit in some way. All you have to do is share your ideas. You get these big, great ideas, you just share them. The other day I was saying to one of my friends, like, college did not prepare me for any of this. No IT course I did prepared me for all of this. I had to do my own research. I had to get my own creativity together to be able to tackle all of this that's coming at me. And it's just a great time to be alive. Like, how many persons can say, okay, I have been teaching for 25 years, 17 years, 20 years, and I've been teaching virtually. I know how to do it. It's just a great time to be alive. It's a blessing and it's a curse. It just depends on how you look at it. I'm always willing to learn new things. I'm always willing to learn new things. I'm always searching other ways I could make my class better, and any other way I know of, any other way I can think of making my students more engaged in the lesson, then that is what I do. How many persons can say that, you know, how many persons, I'm telling you, like, I've been teaching, they're bragging, right? That they've been teaching for such and such years. But yeah, like not a lot of persons can say this is an experience or share their knowledge with us. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so there is a lot to learn, there's a lot to share. If you have been teaching virtually, whether it is face-to-face and then virtually on Sundays or just straight virtually, share your experience. I would love to hear your experience. If there's tips that you would like to share, then go ahead. If there's tips that you would like me to give on how I tackle a particular task, go ahead and ask that in the comment section below. I'd be willing and happy to share. If you want me to do another more in-depth video, I can also do that too. Again, thanks for watching. Go ahead and press that subscribe button. If you made it this far, you might as well go ahead and press your subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you are notified every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching.